What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I just want to go over some things that me and Short Squeeze will be doing in our $99 challenge. We're going to be doing a $99 challenge in the OTC where we're trying to make this thing grow from $99 to 10 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand. I don't care. We're gonna be rolling this thing out this next week. If you guys want to follow along, it's going to be in our chat room. The chat room there'll be a link I'll post in the description down below. But we've got a channel designated for this chat room. There's a bunch of members. We've got 1,100 members in the room, but there's going to be a good sizable amount of members in the room that are all posting up calls, plays that we're all going to be doing. But the $99 challenge is literally a way of kind of just proving to yourselves that you can really grow account from, $99. If you guys want to follow Short Squeeze, he's also on as well and does a lot of these small money challenge accounts. But me and him are going to be working together. Let me see if I can pull up his account real quick. Yeah, here we go. But this is his account, and starting next week we'll be doing this, challenge count live. It's going to be completely transparent. And we're going to be playing pretty much random picks as far as trying to make this $99 grow. I've got my account set up here as well. I'm going to keep the identity of the account hidden just for identity's sake of it. But I'm going to start with 99 bucks, try to make this thing grow as well as we possibly can from different places, just to prove to people that this can be done. I've done it a couple times. I know Short Squeeze has done even way less than that. He turned $50 into 1,100 bucks on a trade the other day. But give him a follow. He's on Twitter here. And just check out some of his content. Like today, he actually turned $1.65 into 156 bucks on 9,400% gain. I mean, you could do that. Yes, the trade was a long time hold that he just finally got some shares filled a long time ago. The guy's a patient man. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to be able to sit on that bid and wait and wait and wait and wait. You finally get filled. But this is back in June. He got filled here on MCELQ at Trip 1. I think he only got 16,000 shares, something like that. After fees or whatever else is like $1.65. And he sold them today finally when the stock turned off from gray markets to pink. So just to give you a little overview on that, go to corporate actions. You're going to pull up tier changes. And right on down here at the bottom, right here, we see that MCELQ, gray market to pink, no information. So they got a tier change on that. And these gray market plays have really been capturing a lot of massive attention. I mean, most of the time they're low float plays. Do a quick analysis of it, but I mean, back in 2008, it had a 75 million OS. I mean, that's tiny. It's hard to say if it's still that. Obviously, it's still delinquent SEC filer. There's no filings up to date on it. It's been delinquent since 2008. But whether that all comes around as far as get their filings up to par, there's a reason why they're moving from gray markets to pink current. But obviously they got to take care of some filings before they do become pink current. And just a reminder, guys, there will be that SEC rule taking effect probably here in February, March, something like that, I believe, from what I gather, to where these plays will all be gray market plays if they don't remove themselves from grays, get their filings up to current, and so on. So just something to watch out for. But it's plays like this that can really make some crazy money. It's really being studying hard, looking for those tier changes from gray. You want to look at the strong catalyst and literally buy those bottom plays on those tiny share structures. Yes, it is a little dangerous. That's why you're putting small money into it. There is some risk because, Short Squeeze didn't know there was going to be, a catalyst, 6-7 months from the time that he ordered the entry on this play. But in this sense, I guess that's all he got filled. He generally goes in 50 to 100 bucks on each trade. In this sense, he only got filled $1.65, and he left it at that. Of course, the mentality that everybody wants to preach to in the OTC is you got to slap the ask if you want in the play. You got to chase the play. You got to FOMO it, whatever. That's the preloaders are happy that you guys are slapping. It's wonderful for them. Make the play run. But if you want to make money in this game, you've literally got it to do your own due diligence, do your own searching, do your own analysis, be able to understand the markets fully. But that's what this challenge is going to be about, is really, searching for some strong bottom plays. It takes a lot of, like I said, a lot of discipline and patience to kind of fill on some of these low volume plays, because what do they say, buy it when nobody wants it and sell it when everybody wants it. So in the sense, they go over some topics that they talked about back in March about this play. They MCELQ, it holds some ticker, who holds some patents, I guess. Papa Stocks, I guess, was the first guy on it. But overall, a crazy day today. It is good to see that 2020 is starting off with a nice, solid strength in the market. And it is great to see, some more interest coming in, and it's great because December was pretty much sell month, wash tax month, whatever you want to call it. Everybody sells out their trash to bring on the new year, can count losses for taxes, et cetera, et cetera. So, with that being said, that's kind of how things roll. But this is going to be a new decade that we're going to be trading in. We're going to see how markets react here later on with 2020, but. Keep an eye out for those tier changes. Those can be some life changers. Like I said, just go to market activity under corporate changes. This is all free to use, and you're going to pull down to tier changes right here, and you're going to be watching out for those gray market. Expert market is literally like it's still kind of gray, but it's like the market between gray market and stop sign. It's kind of like a market in limbo that gives them, kind of the they put their submission in, their application in to become off grays, and they're waiting for, approval pretty much, but they still have no level 2 on those stocks. So plays like MCELQ, it's got level 2. That's what makes it out of gray. You understand how much is coming in. They're sponsored by a market maker, and they can roll on and take, show the demand and the supply. So with that said, there is some other plays I'm going to pull over here for you. This is some of the gray ticker plays that have ran in the past. And like I said, these things run thousands of percent, okay? Like MCELQ, 2,400% as of close today, okay? This thing was over 3,000%, and it closed obviously lower than what what the high was today. But, you look at another ticker. It was only one trade, only 10 shares that were bought that made this play move. But it was BIQIF, another gray ticker play, 3,000% off of one trade. Obviously not enough volume to make money on that, but all these, I keep track of all these gray sheet plays that come out. It's very important to be the bottom of these plays. It's very important to understand how the markets work when these come out, and everybody asking like, how did you know that play was going to make that kind of move? And how did you know that was going to happen? And where do you find this stuff? It's like, it's not rocket science, guys, but it is a lot of research, a lot of digging to look at and keeping, constant eyes on those tier changes on OTC markets. I mean, you don't want to be the last guy in, these plays and then chase it up and then chase the gap and then, be stuck, so to speak. Like MCELQ closed at 3 yesterday. Okay. That was the previous close of day, and it opened up at 1 cent. I mean, massive move, because it was just off gray sheets, and the high was 1.3. So automatically that's not much gain. Okay. It's not literally thousands of percent gain, but in this sense, this play, in order to make it as profitable as it was, is literally finding these low float gray tickers. It could be any kind of ticker, just these low float plays. I mean, you got to put some risk involved, got to throw some money out there. And they come back to life. They're not the end of the road as far as death on some of these plays. GGSM is one that is waking up as well. And this thing has been dead for 7 years. And all of a sudden it comes back to life, and people are going giddy about it, but it's a minor play. I don't know how real, as far as information is coming out. You got to realize 90% of these plays are all just pump and dumps. Okay. So play the move, play the hype, and make some money on it. And we're going to see how this $99 challenge turns for a lot of members. Like I said, we're going to be screenshotting our entries and screenshotting our exits as far as each exactly particular play. Okay. And $99 cash. I mean, who can't risk that? You got 99 bucks in your pocket. Sure. Throw in a brokerage account. I'm using a cash account with E-Trade. So you know, E-Trade is a perfect broker as far as not having restrictions on a lot of OTC stocks. Some people use TD Ameritrade. Personally, I've got an account with them, but I don't really like it. They do have a lot of regulations and restrictions, you know, that you get restricted from buying some OTC stocks like their DTC chill and all that. So E-Trade, very, very lenient. I've never had any trouble with them. No restrictions. Mobile apps work really good. You just got to get used to them. And you know, you can make that money quick. But we'll do some screenshots as far as our entry and exits. I'll be posting in the chat room here. I'll also leave an invite link in the description below, and you guys can check out that and get entered to actually see the live action. I'll also be posting on Twitter as well, on my Twitter account, and you guys can see that, follow along. But $99, what's there to risk on that, and see what the $99 can produce. Obviously, the main goal is to try to get to $1,000 in 3 to 5 trades, and then from $1,000 to $10,000 in probably another 5 or so trades. Looking for those very primo, high reward but high risk type moves, type plays. So, you know, we're not looking to try to chase the latest Twitter pump. Okay, we're not looking to chase the latest FOMO runner and, you know, get in it, blah, blah, blah. No, we're looking for 1,000% runners on these plays. Okay. They're very limited liquidity plays. They're not your typical, just, you know, whatever play. You've got to, it's that little low interest type of play that has potential. And the gray tickers have seemed to be the biggest runners, you know, with a huge catalyst. I mean, they're bigger than a lot of reinstatement plays do, or even some merger plays as far as volume goes, or as far as the move, because there's such limited liquidity or such limited shares in the OS that they're small share structures. They fly, and some people want to just shy away from them, but they don't realize there's a lot of money and a lot of percent move as long as you're early on some of those plays. So it does take a lot of digging, a lot of due diligence as far as finding these small share structures, and, you know, rolling on with it. But in this sense, there was a lot of good runners today, a lot of good plays. I did love seeing the markets up. Oils is hot right now. The gold's hot right now. So focus on some gold and oil stocks in particular. As far as oil stocks, MDMP has kind of been the baby, in my opinion. For me, it's very undervalued. Did make some nice moves over 7 cents a share not too long ago. But the company's working on drilling 200 plus wells. I believe there's some great stuff coming out in February. I cannot announce right now, but some good stuff that's coming out for these guys that will be doing well over 100 million in revenue, and they've got a market cap of 6 mil. I mean, you're down here at 2 cents a share, so why not grab a position on that and wait for those revs to start rolling out in probably February, or even middle January to late February. It's kind of that range that we're dealing with on that play. D-Man, another play that's been doing really well today. And this thing ran 91, or it was over 100%, really. It hit a high of 80, closed at 69. There was some sellers into close. What do you expect? It's typical Friday. Let's take my beer money out and, you know, and forget about the play. But come Monday, probably bounce right back up. I'm determined this to definitely see some numbers probably at that penny mark, maybe above it here very soon, maybe Monday. But it's got a decent share structure. It's not the greatest one in the world, but it is decent for this price range. I think about a 330 mil OS or unrestricted float. So one to definitely watch out. That is another oil stock as well. This one had a merger too. BLPG today. This had a merger. It did run from trip 4 to a high of double 15. And it's got, I believe, another oil merger as well. So some of these stocks are heating up, especially with the whole Iranian World War III bullshit that's going on right now. That's got, you know, some of these oil stocks running up. So just something to keep in mind. Let's have a successful next week. It's going to be a solid week. I'm going to have some strong alerts. I might post some charts this weekend as well, guys. But if you got any questions, feel free to comment down below, or you guys can message me on Twitter or in the chat room, whatever you guys want to do. I'm here for you. So got any questions? I want you guys to be banking this year. You know, this is your year to really make that money, guys. It's you know, there's no time to just sit back and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, you know. Well, hey, I'm here to help you. If you got questions, I'm going to be posting videos constantly this year. I'm going to be very heavy on some YouTube videos, some good information for you guys. Some very good educational content to hopefully, guys, to better your game as far as trading. So don't be a sheep out there. Know what you're doing. Trade what you're doing. Make sure you're making that money and cut those losses quick. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good night. Peace out.